Hey, I'm Steve. Today we're checking out the GroundsKeeper walk-behind broadcast spreader. The GroundsKeeper is useful year-round. When it's warm, the spreader is a great way to fertilize lawns and spread seed or livestock feed. In the winter, its heavy-duty design makes it perfect for de-icing. Unlike a drop spreader, the GroundsKeeper has an adjustable broadcast range of 3 to 24 feet. This makes it easy to treat anything from a sidewalk to a driveway or a parking lot. The GroundsKeeper comes out of the box mostly assembled. Attach the handle to the flow regulator and the fully welded steel frame and you're ready to go. Using the GroundsKeeper is easy too. Just fill the poly hopper with up to 100 pounds of bagged salt, ice melt, or other material and start walking. Use the flow regulator lever and the 3 poly deflectors around the spinner to customize the spread pattern to best suit your needs. Keep the spread tight for sidewalks and other narrow areas, or open it up and let the material fly quickly to cover large lawns or lots. The GroundsKeeper's high flow rate means you can typically treat an area in a single pass. Get the job done and get on with your day. The gearbox is fully enclosed to protect the spreader's moving parts from the elements. The GroundsKeeper features commercial-grade alloy metal gears and an integrated grease fitting. This design is easy to maintain and built to last. The 13-inch pneumatic tires have an aggressive tread to trudge through snow or across uneven terrain. The GroundsKeeper also comes with a hopper screen to help break up clumps of material and a nylon cover to keep the hopper dry between uses. Assembly is super easy. The only tools you need for this are 2 10mm wrenches and 2 13mm wrenches to tighten the nuts. Everything else is in the box. Let's get started. First things first, make sure you have all your parts. You should have the main spreader body, the handle assembly, the control handle assembly, the linkage plate assembly, the upper and lower linkage, the rear deflector assembly, top screen, rain cover, and your bag of hardware. Once you've finished inventorying all your parts, it's time to start building. First, we're going to stand up the pre-assembled body of the spreader. Next, we slide the handle assembly into the spreader frame and line up the holes in the handle with the holes in the frame. Then we carefully insert the lower linkage into the restrictor plate beneath the hopper, like so. Insert the other end of the lower linkage into the front hole of the linkage plate assembly. Once that's done, attach the linkage plate assembly to the handle of the frame using the longer of the 2 bolts in your hardware kit. Make sure you attach the lower linkage to the restrictor plate and linkage plate assembly before you attach the assembly to the frame. Otherwise, the lower linkage will be extremely difficult to install and may cause the restrictor plate to break during assembly. Next, we mount the control handle assembly to the handle using the same bolts. Then we insert the upper linkage into the control handle like this. Thread 1 jam nut so that the restrictor plate under the hopper is fully open when the control handle is set to 30. Use the second jam nut to lock the linkage in place. Check that the restrictor plate can fully close by pushing the control handle forward. This is important to make sure you don't lose material while the spreader isn't in use. Now all we have to do is attach the rear deflector using the smaller bolts. That's it. Tighten up your fasteners. Make sure the gearbox turns freely when you're pushing or pulling the unit. Install the auger pin into the spinner shaft. Put the screen in the hopper. Fill it up and you're ready to spread. Thanks for checking out the GroundsKeeper walk-behind broadcast spreader.